Hello, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I'm going to do your April the 9th spiritual principle a day in a meditation. I hope you're having a beautiful day. If you need to reach me, feel free to do so at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into that meditation. The title of the meditation, Surrendering to Tradition 3. Finding the patience and tolerance to accept those members we can't seem to stop judging is an exercise in surrender, acceptance, and humility. That comes from our Guiding Principles book, Tradition 3, for members. Addicts tend to feel judged. Likely that's because we can be pretty harsh in our opinions of others. While gossiping and talking down to others may have been currency in our old lives, these defects can reemerge for us in recovery if we're not vigilant. They can poison our outlook on life, spoil relationships, and drive members from the rooms. Tradition 3 clarifies the one and only requirement for membership: a desire to stop using. When it comes to the brand spanking new member, we seem to get that. Empathy for the newcomer often comes easy since we've all been in that position. For many of us, it gets harder to set aside judgments of the so-called chronic relapser. Then we remember that guy. He'd been in and out repeatedly over the years when suddenly something clicked. He stopped using and stayed stopped. Or we recall that other longtime member whose clean time never amounted to much. When her mom spoke at her memorial service, she thanked NA for giving her daughter the best days of her life. We may wish that everyone would stick and stay, but that's not a requirement for membership. Judgments and expectations of people with significant clean time can leave them feeling isolated too. NA is a program for living. We all need a place where we can share our lives, struggle, losses, and failings to survive them clean. Thankfully, we become less concerned about what others think of us with time. Other members put me on a pedestal, but it's my responsibility to get the heck down, one old timer shared. When we are truly walking in surrender, we will muster a bit more patience for and tolerance of our fellow members, no matter their clean time. We surrender to Tradition 3 and let go of any additional requirements for membership our disease may have invented. I will suspend judgment and surrender to the third tradition by welcoming anyone who's new for the first or 100th time, and by thanking an old timer for continuing to show up and be real. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the wee version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. I don't ever want that prayer to stop meaning what it does to me. I don't ever want to say it by rote and it just have no meaning. I can pretty much say most of the days that I say it and when I say it throughout the day, it has purpose, it has meaning. My heart knows the reason why I'm saying it, what I'm seeking. And most of the time, what I'm seeking is just to get out of the way, just to remove myself from having to have all the answers, from having to have an opinion about things that come my way, to judge things that come my way, to set expectations of people. And I'm just enjoying allowing people to be themselves. Whatever they're bringing to the table, I want to be in a position where I can actually adjust and adapt and give them room to grow, just like I was given room to grow. A newcomer is a lot easier, I would say, to apply the third tradition with. That the only requirement for membership is a desire to stop using. Oh, we get that. We get that so easily. Now, let that newcomer 3 or 4 years later continue to keep coming back, relapse after relapse. And maybe they might get up to 60 days clean, maybe not. Relapse, 30 days, relapse. Sometimes they'll come in the meeting and take the burning desire because they maybe just got 24 hours and are trying not to use again. And it's somehow our patience now all of a sudden runs out, runs thin. They've been around here long enough. They should know better. Oh, don't act like you have never had the thought. We've all had those judgmental, high expectations of other people and for other people. But here's the thing, I don't like it. I don't want it. I don't want to be like that. And I'm cognizant of the fact that there's a tendency to apply it with the newcomer, but not with the old timer that's coming back newly. That's just wrong. I don't want to be like that. This is a beautiful meditation. And it really is important that we understand that just because we invent other rules or requirements for membership, don't make them so. We know one that has been given to us, and we should stand on that with whoever we're encountering. Now, I will say there's been times that I might go into a meeting and I am so exhausted. I have barely been able to even maybe drive to the meeting. Exhausted, tired, brain is fried. Get into the meeting and I will sit in the closest chair to the door. And without fail, the clean time, the tags being passed out seem to be all the way in the front of the room on the other side. And I'll just say, you know what? I would love to jump up for that newcomer. But the chances of me jumping up for the next 5 or 6 people is slim. So let me not offend anyone. Let them understand that I'm exhausted and I am not getting up. I have moments like that. I mean, and I'm not proud of them. I'm not sitting here bragging about them. But sometimes someone might judge that. I notice you don't get up and hug the person getting clean time. Well, thank you for noticing. I actually have neuropathy, and it's all I can do to even walk some days, less known, drive, drive, hold my foot down to the pedal for my highway trips without terrible, horrible leg cramping and numbing. It's just ridiculous sometimes. And then when I slide into the room and I sit real close to the door, that's all I got to give just for today. But thank you for noticing. I'll try to do better next time. And generally speaking, I do mean that, right? So the point being is that none of us are perfect. I know I'm not. And I definitely know that you know that you're not as well. So why not make room for everyone, not just the newcomer, but for everyone? Because the love you give, the understanding, the empathy that you extend will be the same that I receive one day. And then on another day, I'll extend it and you might be on the receiving end. That's really how things work. My name is Mighty Stream, and I'm a member of Narcotics Anonymous. And I know that you are as well. And I'm so glad we're in this together. Have a beautiful day on purpose, and I will be talking to you tomorrow.